What's to do, YouTube? It's Holy One, and I'm going to be reviewing the Xbox Series S, and what a hell of a deal this $300 little box is. So, to start my review off, I'm going to be talking about the controller first. The controller is definitely different when you hold it. I know people bring up the textured grip on the back, but my biggest difference with the controller is the triggers. The triggers are a lot smaller. So if you have big hands like me, the back triggers are going to feel a little different at first, but I like that it has the textured grip, like the Elite V2 system. It also has USB Type-C. It's still using batteries, obviously. The new D-pad, people have probably been asking, how's the new D-pad? I like the new D-pad compared to the Xbox One's D-pad. This thing is more circular, and I like that it can rest on my hand, similar to the scuff metal magnet I have on my thing. The sticks, unfortunately, are still loosey-goosey, and of course you have this new share button, which will allow you to record games on the Series S. The capture button is still having issues for me. When I try to hit the share button, it acts wonky, so hopefully Microsoft can patch that for the controller. Now, for the system itself, there it is. Line it up just like the system. It's got that big speaker there. Very, very quiet system. Extremely quiet. It does get warm up here. This is the warmest console according to Digital Foundry. It can get up to like 65°C, which is completely normal, even on a PC. But I like this, but it is small. It's heavy. It's a little heavy, but it is very small. It's got an Ethernet port on the back, the expansion slot, power cable, 2 USBs. I plugged in an external hard drive to this for my Xbox One games. 2 games that didn't work when I did them externally was Rise Son of Rome and World War Z for whatever reason, but games like Rayman Legends, which I played split screen, ran fine. I beat Battletoads on it. I'm currently playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on it. The one downside to this console is it only plays the S version of these games, the Xbox One S. So these games will be running at like a lock 30. It's not the enhanced X version games. So if the games have a locked mode, that's what they're stuck at. It's all digital, which is fine with me. I'm a PC gamer, so I mostly game digitally. All my PS4 games are digital. The power in the system is fine. 4 teraflops. It's got 10 gigs of RAM, which some developers were quote-unquote saying weren't good enough. But personally, I think that's plenty of RAM because I think 8 gigabytes are for devs or whatever the amount is for the OS. Install sizes on this system are smaller. So I'll give you an example. Cold War, I think, is like 70 gigs on X, and then it's only like 50 or 40 on this. I could be wrong on that, but there's a lot of titles that are smaller on this system. When it comes to the quick resume, no problems with quick resume. Like I said, Rise Son of Rome and World War Z did not work on the system. I moved them onto the... You guys should too. So if you're playing games on this system, move them onto the internal NVMe drive. That'll make the games work. I did that. You'll get loading time. You'll get better loading times, and you'll get better experiences. I did try Gears on it. The new Gears update at 120 hertz. Buttery smooth as a PC gamer who games at 4K 120 hertz myself. Very smooth. What I picked up with this system, I got a second controller. So for the $300, I saved $200, which I put into getting a second controller. I got 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. I got Minecraft Dungeons, which came with the console. So, and I still have $50 to spare. So overall, I got more bang for my buck. And as I said, if you don't care about, if you want to save some money, I'm a PC gamer, so I want to invest all my money into my rig, which I got a 3080 for. I don't really want to spend a lot of money on a console. The Series S is a hell of a deal, and I just boated up Game Pass. Jack Move tweeted out saying, hey, look, River City Girls is on Game Pass. I downloaded that, and now I can play it since I haven't tried it yet because, it's like a $30 indie game, and now it's on Game Pass for free, and there's a lot of games I can replay on the system that I want to try out, like Final Fantasy 15, I want to try out the performance on that system. So 100 games ready to play, ready to go, and I can take advantage of quick resume. Whether I'm playing a multiplayer game like the Master Chief Collection, I can quick resume right back into Star Wars Battlefront, or Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. No problems with that. The controllers did have a syncing issue on the system, guys. So when you do get the system, update your controllers. If you do not update your controllers, they will not sync with the system correctly. Just plug them in and update them. If you have a Windows 10 PC, you can update them that way. That's what I did for another controller. The second controller I got that was not in the system's box. It was a separate controller box. Just plug it in, update the system. It'll boot right up. You're good to go. I know the storage is kind of minimum, like 520 to get like 367 gigabytes of storage. Plug in an external drive, whether it's a hard drive or an external SSD. This system works way better with an external drive than the PS5, because I was watching a lot of videos where people are saying, oh, my external drive corrupted my entire PS5 system, that Sony needs to patch, and Sony doesn't want to fix that. But this system works right out of the box. Like I said, the only 2 games I had an issue with was Rise of Rome and World War Z. I moved them to the solid. The NVMe drive ran fine. I've had no issues with this system. The download speed on this system is really fast. So if you're worried about slow download speeds, this downloads them very quick. It supports 4K movie. It supports 4K Hulu. So I can watch your apps in 4K. It supports 120 hertz, 4K at 20 hertz out of the box if you have a TV set that supports it. But you'll need a certified HDMI, but it does come in the box with an HDMI for that. And overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the system. I use it mostly if I have some downtime and I'm not away from if I want to play with my brother for some split screen gameplay. It's a great console to have. It's a good secondary system if you want one. I can recommend it. It's a hell of a deal to get this system. I recommend you guys check it out. So I'll give it a score, since all these review sites are giving it a score. I give the Xbox Series S a 9 out of 10.